Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome into the ring, Pavels, Senkov.
One step beyond.
Pavels Senkov, born in Latvia, now based in Mansfield. It's his 7th fight of the year, and he knows all about fighting here at your call. He's got a lot of defeats on his record, but perhaps the most pertinent fact is that he's only been stopped twice. He knows how to put a fighter through the paces. So it'll be a little bit of a test maybe for Mitchell Smith. Tonight in his 53rd professional fight. Nicknamed Bash, that's Pavels Senkov.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome into the ring, Mitchell Smith.
Mitchell Smith calls himself the baby-faced assassin, as did one Marco Antonio Barrera a few years ago. And on the basis of what I've seen of him so far, he is a very, very capable young fighter. Got a nasty streak to him, which Bunsey was saying he likes. He looks as though butter wouldn't melt in his mouth, but get him in the ring, and he is a very, very capable performer. 19 years old, big hopes for this youngster. 2011 ABA featherweight champion. This is at super featherweight, but long term he's talking about maybe going down as low as super bantamweight. Well, we'll see. For the moment, he just wants to make it 3 out of 3.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next contest this evening is 4 3-minute rounds in the featherweight division. Firstly, weighing in at 9 stone, 3 pounds, 8 ounces, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the blue shorts, hailing from Mansfield, Pavels Senkov. And across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner, with 2 wins and a knockout to his name, wearing the black and white shorts, weighing in 9 stone, 7 pounds, 12 ounces. Ladies and gentlemen, he was the 2011 ABA champion from Harrow Weald. It's the baby-faced assassin, Mitchell Smith. Your referee jumping action is King Curtis of Hayes, who will now give his line of instructions to both boxers.
Okay, lads, you both know the rules. So when I say break, you take a step back. In the event of a boxer going down, the other one goes to a neutral corner, defend yourself at all times, okay? Shake hands.
Ladies and gentlemen, 4 3-minute rounds.
Mitchell Smith started his professional career with a really exciting 3rd round stoppage of Jamie Ancliffe, followed that up with a points victory over Don Carr. And Barry, when I watched him, I was excited at what I was seeing.
Well, against Ancliffe, I did say that was as good as a debut as I've ever seen in my life. He was absolutely phenomenal against Ancliffe. He was a tough fighter.
Senkov's physically slightly the bigger man. Fit, durable. But Smith, when he goes through the gears, can look so impressive. Mentioned he was an ABA champion. He's also an ABA junior champion. He's been around boxing since he was 6 years old.
And it shows that the junker, he never feels like he's under pressure. Really places his shots exceptionally well. He's really drilling in that jab when he throws it as well, John.
And it was interesting to hear Tony Conquest speaking about the way in which he carries himself in the gym and how he really fancies himself even against light heavyweights, cruiserweights. You know, he's the sort of fella who'd back himself pretty much to do something against anybody.
Yeah, well, with the skill set that he has, John, you can't blame him for being super confident, could you? He really has got it all, and such a young age.
That's a good left hook and a lovely right hand. Working away at the body of Senkov, trying to keep that high-held guard brought down a little. Smith, the career honed at first at the Bushy Amateur Boxing Club, and then later on when he won the ABAs, he was fighting out of the Welling Garden City Club.
He stays in the pocket, John, and still doesn't get caught with any shots. It's really good to see.
And doesn't waste a lot, does he?
No, not at all. No, he's a horrible, horrible fighter to fight against.
And remember, just 19 years old, very much wet behind the ears in the boxing game. Long way to go. Too soon to say whether he is destined for a meteoric rise to the top, but he's done nothing wrong so far.
Well, I would bet that he is, John, going to be a champion of some sort. Unless he got some sort of frailty, like he can't take a punch or something like that, or he's prone to injuries, you can't see anything that's going to stop this kid from getting to the top.
Well, that lovely way in which he switched that hook to the body. Beautiful shot. A little bit about the man who's in the news today, Ricky Hatton, about the way he threw that left hook.
Well, there's no better left hooker than Ricky Hatton, is there? And good luck to him. He wants to fight again, you know, he's fit and healthy and he's good enough to fight, let him carry on.
Well, good to see the interest that Ricky brings back to the sport. I just hope it doesn't end in tears, because he's been one of the outstanding fighters that we've produced in recent years. Yep, I respect anybody's right to get in the ring, but you wouldn't want to see what he has achieved being tarnished at this stage. Anyway, time will tell. For the most part, this has been a nice bright opening for Mitchell Smith. One round under the bag, in the bag rather, and one step towards, hopefully for him, a third victory. Jason Rowland's in that corner with it.
Yeah, he boxed well that round, didn't he, John? Doubling up, trebling up some of those left hooks. That's the left hook to the body that you were talking about earlier, which is a danger shot for him. He just stands and he sits in that pocket. He doesn't worry about what's coming back. He's aware of his surroundings. And there you go, that double left hook to body and head. Really, it's impressive to see. And that's an unusual punch, isn't it?
Looking good, son. Looking
Yeah,
good.
breathe up. No, let's just listen in here.
It's going to happen, yeah? It will happen. Pick up. All right? That's all you got to do. Be patient, let him flow, ping one up to the top.
Fancying the chances of taking him out.
I can see it, John.
Just be patient. Keep doing what you're doing. Sooner or later the gloves are going to come down, then one over the top.
Well, he's one of those fighters, isn't he, Billy, that he doesn't look like Mitchell, sorry. He doesn't look like that he's ever going to step up the pace, but all of a sudden lets his hands go. It's because he seems so calm in there all the time, doesn't he? He never seems to be pressured or worried about anything.
Slipped off balance there as he slid in and still managed to land what would be a scoring shot when he got in range.
Yeah, a lovely little screw shot, wasn't it, with his left hand.
Billy Smith, incidentally, he was on the card earlier on, hence the fact that he just slipped into commentary. He went down on points to Gary Kokorin in the fight in the Bill opener before we came on air.
Again, John, with that double left hook, this time it wasn't head to body, it was body to head. He changes it up all the time, doesn't he, Mitchell Smith? The opponent doesn't really know what's coming next. Switch to southpaw, no, back again.
Here he goes with the body shots, looking to soften his man up. Referee Ken Curtis just telling him to not use the inside of the wrist, keep the punches correct. Some quality hooks going in here. They're bound to be having a cumulative effect on Senkov's.
Well, he's leading with the right uppercut, isn't he? Which is something that you would never teach anyone to do, but he has such good vision that he's landing with it.
As I said earlier on in the introduction, Senkov's has only been stopped twice. He's lost 46 times. Okay, he knows the score. He usually goes in there, takes the money and takes the defeat, but it's usually on points.
Yeah, but he's shipped a lot of shots already, hasn't he, John?
He has.
Some solid ones as well, Mitchell.
Good body shot again, lovely hook.
And there's a nastiness in his work, isn't there, John, when he throws those left hooks to the body.
Well, he dips the shoulder and he uses the body weight, and the timing of those hooks is lovely.
Yeah, it really is tremendous.
There again, right hook then left hook, and you saw the gloves did come down and the left to the head didn't land flush, but that's the tactic, and the further it goes, the more likely it is that one of those big hooks will maybe find the chin of Senkov's, and if it does, it could be that it's going to be all over.
But he just flurried nice, sharp, fast shots at the head, didn't he? Then dipped down to the body. That's a cracking left hook there, John.
Here he comes again, and the crowd respond. Smith just wants to pick his punches here. Sensed momentarily that the opening might be there to force a way in and get his man into real trouble, but I don't think Senkov's just quite as badly hurt as he'd imagined, but he looks a little bit weary as he flopped down onto his stool. There he is, Pavels Senkov's.
Yeah, he looks better than what I'd expect, John. Actually, he's taken some heavy shots off Mitchell. That's that screw shot that he just missed with the left. And he stays in the pocket, doesn't he? Doesn't worry about what's coming back. Lovely left dog. Just really great work, isn't it? Really accurate, and he digs him into the body and head.
Yeah, and if you're watching somewhere and you think, what about this Pavels Senkov? Only 2 wins in 52 fights, and he keeps on losing. You see the ferocity of some of those punches, and you realise it is not an easy way to earn your living.
You can see how low Mitchell Smith gets. He sits down right in front of you, looking for the angles, doesn't he? You've got a better vision. Then you can see the chin, and you can see the body shots.
Jason Rowland, he was a decent fighter in the day. And Smith initially anyway, just trying to work his way in behind that left-hand lead, who doubled up nicely on the jab, and he can't resist those hooks.
Lovely. And he set up, didn't he, with a little shimmy of the shoulder. He's a joy to watch, isn't he, John? You know, whether he's making the play or whether he's counter-punching.
Well, I'm one of those old dinosaurs who loves seeing quality body punching, you know. I mean, that's why always been one of the reasons why I don't really get on particularly well with the amateur game, because I don't think that body shots really get rewarded. But you see somebody like this, a young kid coming into the professional game, and you instantly think this lad can go a long way, because he's got the variety of shots and he can take it and dish it out on the body.
Yeah, most definitely. He got the full arsenal done, and that's probably why he did turn pro so young, and then realising the amateur game wasn't suited to his all-out aggressions of a style. But I think he's doing it as well as in the Olympics, to be honest, John.
Well, he's having his own sort of personal Olympics, isn't he? And he's learning fast.
He's a smooth operator, isn't he?
Yep, and you can tell from the buzz among those at ringside that they enjoy seeing what he's delivering. 3rd round of 4. Some nice shots.
Yeah, lovely.
Fair play to Senkov, though, took it well.
I love the way he sits down in front of the opponent, John. He almost dares him to throw a punch. It's a sickening punch.
You meet the lad outside the ring, and if you didn't know he was a fighter, first time you met him, you'd think, and somebody said, what does this lad do? You would never guess. But he gets in, and he's a spiteful type.
Well, I know he's the babyface assassin, but he really does look like one, doesn't he? I know it's a big moniker to follow after Barrera, but he looks the part, he looks young, and he's an assassin in there tonight.
And he wants to enjoy his sleep in the next day or two. If the baby's due on Sunday, things are going to be changing a little bit, I can reveal. That's good. Starting to dish it out again here in the closing stages of this 3rd round. Senkov's absorbing it well. Won the first 2 rounds by a street, and he's winning this 3rd one as well.
Yeah, this is probably his best round, isn't it, John?
Lovely right hand.
Well, it's the maturity in his work that's most impressive for he's such a young man.
I suppose that one of the telling points will be its early stages in his career. There's going to come a point at which he's going to get chinned. Somebody's going to give something back, and then you know, it's the old Rocky thing, isn't it? It's not only how well you can dish it out, it's how well you can take it. And that's going to be when we're going to really maybe learn how far he can go. But as an aggressor, as you see here, he's got all the moves.